Hello everyone, this is Vishwas and welcome to our YouTube channel Frontend Devs. This is second video of our JavaScript interview series, and as a part of today's video we will understand one of the popular optimization technique in JavaScript, that is throttling. As a part of last video we have seen debouncing, and which will make sure that the function does not call too often but only once after certain delay of inactivity. Whereas throttling work on the similar line, but it will ensure that the function will call at most once in the given time of interval, no matter how many times your event is occur. That means consider we are going with mouse move event, right? And we know that this event can occur even 100 or 1000 of times on your web page. And if you have heavy function attached to it, it will definitely slow down your application, right? And here we can use the throttling. That means if I continuously moving the mouse, but I have given certain delay, then in that particular delay, event will occur only once. Again, throttling is one of the hot interview topic in front-end development interviews. And as a part of today's video, we will understand everything. We will go with very simple example related to mouse move. First, we will implement that without throttling, and then we will convert that implementation to use throttling. To understand the throttling, we will go with very simple implementation. I have index.html file here, and internally it will use one JavaScript file. Initially, this JavaScript file is completely empty, but here we will add our implementation for mouse move event. And adding the implementation is very simple, right? We know that we can add the event listener on window object, and for that I will go with window.add event listener. Then I will go with the mouse move event, and then I will call one function here. Function could be get data. Now let's create the get data function. It is very simple. Function get data. When we are using function on event listener, like we will get the event object here, and what we will do, we will simply do console.log. In console.log, I will print the current mouse position and current time. For that, let's do the console.log, and then we have first position. To get the position, like we have event.client.x, right? Client X will give me the X position of my mouse, and then we need to give the time here as well. And to get the time, we will use the new date, and then we will convert this time to local time or to local time string. Yeah, let's save the changes. And if you go to the browser, right, here we have very simple example. And if you look at here, when I moving the mouse, right, we will see 100 or 1000 of events are occurring here, right? And we are just printing console.log in our function. If we have some heavy operation in get data, like we might be making the API call, fetching the appropriate data, then it will basically slow down our application, right? Handling all those mouse move event will be very difficult when we are going with some expensive or heavy operation inside our function. And to reduce this number of function call, we can use throttling now. So throttling is a technique which ensure that the function call happen at most once in the given time of interval. Again, understanding the throttling is very simple. It is same as debouncing, and throttle or throttling is a function which will take function and interval or delay as a parameter, and it will return us new function. Something like this. Const, I will go with new function. Then we need to create one function. We can give any name, but I'm giving name as a throttle. And to this function, we need to pass two parameter. The first parameter will be the function. that we will execute after that delay. In our case, function is get data, and we can give delay of anything. Let me go with the delay as a 1 second for now. And now we will create our throttle function. Creating the throttle function, again, very simple. We need to use throttle function here, and then it will take two argument. The first argument will be this function, and the second argument will be interval. And inside it, we will add our logic. We know that this throttle function will return us the new function, right? For that, we will use return here, and return will be function. And we need to pass the necessary arguments to it. To see, like, if the function is called in the given interval, we need two things first. We need to keep the track when last time this function is called, right? And second thing, we will require current time. If our interval is greater than current time minus last call, then we need to execute function. Otherwise, we don't need to do anything. So simple. Let me go with the last time this function will call, right? Last call will happen initially at 0th second, and then we need to go with the current time. And to get the current time, we will use variable as a now, and it will be date.now function. It will return us the current time. And now here we need to check if now, that means current time minus last call. When last time this function is called, if it is greater than or equal to interval that we have passed here, right? If this current time is, if the last time function is called and whatever current time we have, right? If that is greater than interval, then we need to call our function. Else we don't need to do anything. Here we need to call the function, and calling function will be very simple, right? We just need to use the function, and we will pass the necessary arguments to it. And once this is done, now our function gets called, right? So we need to set last call equal to now. And this is the implementation of throttling. Very simple. We just need to keep track of when last time function is called. And if this time difference is greater than the interval we have passed, right? Then we need to call the function again. Else we need to skip it. Let's save the changes. And now instead of using this get data, right, I will use the new function in my add event listener. Now, if I go to the browser and look for the implementation, you will see the function call is not happen on every mouse move event, right? This is happening after 1 second. All through, like, we are getting undefined here, but we will fix that. But at least we are preventing making the API call on each mouse move event, right? This is happening after every second. And the second thing, as we discuss in debouncing as well, right? We sometimes calling the function this way will be fine, but that is not work in all the cases, right? We might not get the correct context, or we might get issues when we are working with the classes or object, right? And the best way to call this function is by using call or apply method. So I will do function dot apply here, and to get the object, we need to use this here, this, and then we are passing array as a arguments. If you do this, it will definitely fix our data issue as well. And if you see here, when I am doing the continuous mouse move, the function call will not happen, but this is happen at most once per second. And that is what throttling is. And this way, like, we will improve the performance of your application. So throttling and debouncing are the optimization technique used in front-end development a lot to reduce the number of function or API call for the event that is occurring frequently. Hope you are clear with this implementation. If you have any doubt, you can comment me, and I will answer all your doubts. Thank you for watching, and see you in next one. Till now, thank you. Bye.